Hello, everybody. How are we doing this afternoon? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Hello, everybody. Having some technical difficulties here. Okay. Um. Oh, I gotta switch my chat. Where's my chat? There it is. I think. I am trying to get some stuff set up. Underprepared today. Hey, Laurel. Hey, Shannon. How's it going this afternoon? I know Laurel's probably at work. But what are you doing, Shannon? So Holly told me that I needed to work on Mad Tea Party today. And since I forgot to put a poll up last night, that's what we're going to work on. Because I forgot. I pretty much went to bed like right after stream. I was so tired. Look at how gorgeous she is. All right. Hey, Kate. Shannon, you do know it's daytime, right? Well, it's like lunchtime. This is good morning to Shannon. Hey, Holly, welcome in. Hey, Tina, how are you today? I bet you're lurking at work too. Just out of bed and making coffee. See, that sounds like Shannon. Eventually, I'm gonna get me a rug to put here so that I don't scoot around all the time. What light do I want? Is this enough light? Good morning, Zeb. Zeb, I did read your message, but I had just woken up and I haven't replied yet, so. I can't stop sliding. I'm gonna open my drink. It's gonna be loud. But I've got to make sure I drink enough. How's it going? Is everybody having a good morning? I rewatched some of last night's stream and listened mainly to make sure that the fan wasn't too annoying because I thought everybody was just being nice to me. I can hear it, but I don't feel like it's overpowering me or anything. So we're gonna leave it be. It's nice because it means I can stay out here a little longer. I get a little grumpy when I get hot. Been going to work at 11 almost every day, so this is sleeping in. Have they been messing with your schedule, Shannon? It is currently 94 degrees here in Texas, with a high of 99. It says, and now a forecast for all the sinners out there. It's going to be hot as hell, y'all. Just stitching on Abalonia's apple tree. That one is so cute. I need to go spy on some of your update pictures and see what it's looking like. 90, way hot in Ohio. Yeah, I feel you. Alright, let me pull up my pattern because I was ill prepared. Typically, been awake since 4:30 a.m. stitching before I start work. I think that means that you're going to have a good day. If you could get those few stitches in, get yourself relaxed, it's going to be a good day. It's 90 in New York. Woo! That's warm for the north. So typically the kids come home for lunch about 12:45 and leave out at 3:10 or 1:10. But Lexi doesn't have school today because she's exempted most of her finals. So I had to drive Ryan back to school. He walked home for lunch, but then I drove him back up there. So it messed with my schedule some because of working in the garden center, but I'll take it. I like it out there. Well, that's good. All right, what am I stitching? I am stitching on Mad Tea Party from Bella Filipina. I'm hoping I should be getting the new one any day now. Cinderella. I've just conceded to the fact that I'm going to buy all of them, even if I don't necessarily stitch all of them. Just like collecting, you know? What do I have this listed as in my pattern thing? Because I cannot find it. Did it erase? Oh, that would be so bad, wouldn't it? Where is my Mad Tea Party? Oh, there it is. The Mad Tea Party. The messed me up. Alright, I really want to work in face today. I want to get her face done. So let's see how much of that we can get done. So weird. Why is my Twitch acting up? I don't know. It is 75 in Ontario. That sounds like a pretty weather. I'm going to stitch on some face. I still have a lot of my mess from last night just sitting around because once I got off air, I just went straight to bed. Straight to bed. This one has these 4 Krynics in it. And so I had commissioned another Krynic holder from Vic at some point when she has the time. Okay, let's turn that off. Aaron says it's 55 and overcast there in Edmonton. You told us you were supposed to get storms today, didn't you, when we talked last night? I feel like I just saw all y'all. feel like Bella did a really good, or Dren, you know, did a really good job at doing the shading around the face so that you don't need a whole lot of backstitch. But also, like, it shows shadow, right? Because naturally we have a little shadow going on. So, like, this really dark brown right here just outlines her face. It's so... Welcome in, Catherine from Northern Ireland. How are you this afternoon? It's probably nighttime there, huh? Oh, I think I know what's up. Let's do this. The 8-hour day just flies in Garden Center. Like, where did the time go? I still have so much to do. Inside it can feel like 8 hours. I get that. I actually kind of like my busier days at work because they just make the weekend go, or the day go by faster. 64 in Los Angeles. Well, we all want to give you rude gestures, Laurel. It's been raining off and on here since Friday. This makes sense because of it was Victoria Day long weekend, so of course the weather's going to suck. I'm guessing that's one of your Canadian holidays. Catherine says it's 7:40 p.m. It's 18 degrees Celsius. That is pretty warm. How's it 64 in LA but 90 in Ohio? So I forgot to put a poll up on YouTube yesterday. So we just went with Holly's pick. A Mad Tea Party from Bella Filipina. I wonder how many stitches we can get in today. We'll see how focused I can stay. Right? I think so. All right. So Holly's working on Abalone and Laurel is at work. Is anybody else stitching? My stutter caught on there. Time to distract Sammy. Why? Why? You don't want me to get lots of stitches? You want to do more stitching than me? I need to go update our game, but I didn't really stitch that much yesterday. I did the 100. I did 100 on Moonlight Sampler when I first woke up. I did my daily 100 and then 100 on Mystery Kitty in here, and that was it. Like, I'm not quite sure where yesterday went. Which is what Casey was trying to do today. Ryan came home for lunch and Casey was giving him all his after school talk, and Ryan's like, but I still have to go back. Zeb is stitching on Villa Mirabilia. That one is so hard to say. 1 more hour of stitching then work. Laurel, you have your fairy here for lunchtime in a little bit. And your goal is 30 stitches today. I'm just giving her a goal because she did 25 the other day, so we're just going to push the envelope just a little bit. Stitching the top of Moose Biscornu. Oh, I bet that's cute. Kate is working on the wonders of the James Webb Space Telescope. That one is just utterly amazing. It is. For what feels like fairly small blocks, the amount of detail in those blocks are impressive. Gonna work on Arctic animals for a bit. How do you feel about the release on that one? I just saw somewhere 30, 50 at least, Laurel. I just saw the one with the Arctic fox and something else on it. It had them labeled. She only has 30 minutes, Holly. And she's got to eat, too. The new space was full of confetti. I think the scientists call those debris fields, but, you know, confetti works, too. That's fine. So, really, this row right here is the end of the page. These 3 rows here are the overlap. I still stitch them, but it's going to kind of be our stopping area, because I'm not going to flip back and forth between pages, especially because it's her face I'm trying to focus on. Voles, yes. Yes, I did see it. And I knew it started with a V, but I could not think of what it was. You don't think you're going to do the signs? I could see that. I could see leaving out the signs. Unless you needed to be reminded what a vole is, because I wouldn't have guessed. I still don't exactly know what a vole is, but... Are they kind of like mongooses? Or mongoose? Like that type of... I'm not sure what a vole is. Okay, so I was a little better prepared today, and I have my list of categories that I spun. If I can remember where I put my phone. Under my under. What fabric are you using for this one? I just started the magic lamp. It's so much fun. Rodent. Okay. This fabric is, it's a 32 count Jobelin in Yador from Under the Sea Fabrics. And I really, like, as soon as I pulled this one, I said that is the perfect piece for the Mad Tea Party. Magic Lamp is the jasmine one, yes. I think because you can't necessarily like label it, you know, jasmine, Cinderella, stuff like that. Because even the Cinderella is the glass slipper, right? Need to get this whole series. I love them all. I'm with you there. I am with you there. Voles are rodents like hamsters, also known as meadow mice or field mice. Okay. Kate, when you said rodent, my brain thought of rodents of unusual size. Like, I totally went to my Princess Bride history. I was like, it wasn't ugly. Don't go bopping them on the head. Alice will be the first for you. Alice is my first one. And like, I could have come or gone with Snow White. I wasn't like, ooh, I have to stitch that one. But as the series goes on, I'm like, I may not even stitch all of them, but I must have all of them. So. We've still got random songs stuck in our head today. Not the same random song, so there's at least that. And no, I did not get a song stuck in my head thanks to Laurel talking about bopping mice on the head. Although if Garrett were here, he would probably have an earworm. We're enabling today. First Abylonia, now Bella Filipino charts. Oh, you should have been here last night. We were going through all the Carolyn Mannings. I was kitting up Amethyst by Carolyn Manning. And as I'm kitting it up, I'm falling in love with it even more and more. And I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to wait to start this. And then I realized my birthday is coming up in just over 2 months. Tina must buy all the things. And so, yeah, we were talking about doing a Carolyn Manning start for my birthday on August 3rd. And Carolyn Manning has PDF charts, which makes it easier for those overseas. So I know that Zeb was looking at one and Linda was looking at one, and I am planning to start mine on August 3rd. Tempted to either do it live or actually have a live Zoom, which we haven't done in a long time. Either way, so all the people can join us. You have Carolyn Manning's Aquamarine in progress. Well then, see? I have Aquamarine, but I kitted up Amethyst. Now I'm doing 2 new starts with Sammy in the next 2 months. Yep. Yeah, because June 3rd, we are starting an Owl Force embroidery together. You have amethyst, Shannon? Have you ever stitched a Carolyn Manning, Shannon? Amethyst has all the purples. It's so pretty. I'm excited. And I'm doing it on a sparkly purple fabric too. I really thought I was going to do it on like an easy guide type fabric because I mean it's full coverage, you're not going to see anything. But I was talked out of it. Don't give me another reason to buy a chart. Hey, if you've already got a Carolyn Manning, you just join us and stitch on the one you have. Kate's using it as an excuse to start another one, even though she has a few going. Aquamarine. You're doing yours 1/1 on 22 count? Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about doing 1/1. I had 28 count. Easy guide. What's it called? Easy count, easy guide, whatever. The white fabric with the gray lines. Thought about doing that, but then at the last minute, we came up with the purple. Tide Pool is your first. That's right. That's right. You have Tide Pool. Don't tell my secrets. Any excuse for Kate to start a Carolyn Manning. I mean, let's just say we didn't have to pull her arm very hard. Is that the right? Holly has a few going too, but we'll be starting a new one. See, Kate, you're not alone. Holly is right there in the boat with you. And if she has anything to say about it, she might even rock it a little bit. This just keeps going to sleep. Good morning, Sandy. Welcome. I've been thinking I would start a Carolyn Manning. Okay, well, August 3rd. We are enabling all the things. Vicky wasn't here for the live last night. Nope. Vicky was not here. In fact, she was texting me during the live, and I was like, I'm busy. Any tips to stitching a Carolyn Manning? This is a request to Kate from Zeb. All the curious minds in here want to know the answer. I'm going to count for a minute, so I might be quiet. It's it's the hashtag blame Sammy Sal. Even though I was blaming Cheryl. Well, I started blaming Kate, and then Kate said we could blame Cheryl, so it was all Cheryl's fault. See my tea party. Let me just get these stitches counted up real quick. Alrighty. Zeb, Kate stitches all the diamonds on a page and then she'll fill in between them, which sounds like a lot of fun to do. Sandy, I would need to buy one. Do love blues and purples. Okay, so let me tell you. In my shop, I have Beachcomber, which is blues and browns. I have Aquamarine. I think I got them right here. And Amethyst is really pretty. But, so I had to say that, right? My shop. I'm going to show these to you. But she does sell them in PDF form. And so that may be easier to get, better to work with. I wouldn't blame you a bit. So here is Amethyst, and it is purple, and you've got a big one, but you also have these 4 smaller ones. This is 189 by 189, and these are 81 by 81. And this is all purples. Even those light parts, they're just very, very light purple. And then, well, Aquamarine is more of greens with some light blues. But again, you've got your big one or your 4 small ones. And then this one is Beachcomber. With, it looks like blues and browns. This one is just the one big one. So, just to tease you a little bit this morning, those are just some of the many pretty ones that they have. I know Linda likes blue, and I think she's going for, there's a peacock one. So, alright, I need my floss. What a way to wake up, huh, Sandy? Being enabled by all the enablers. Beachcomber is on your list to buy. It looks good. I think I was talking to my husband about these at one point, and I was like, I kind of want to stitch one, but I always kind of push it down on my to-do list because, like, I'm not just going to hang up a bunch of geometric pictures all over the place, right? And that's his thing. He's like, if you're not going to hang it up, why stitch it? But it's about the act of stitching it, and as I've watched my friends stitch on theirs, and it just looks like peaceful, and I know whenever I'm picking on you again, Kate, whenever she's having a rough day and just doesn't want to have to think about anything, she pulls out of Carolyn Manning and does a bunch of little diamonds because it's simple, it's routine, it's habitual. So I was like, I think I need one. Laurel says, I kind of like the one Lisa Miller is doing. Please be home for Christmas. Is that a Carolyn Manning? That seems like a really long name. But I would not put it past her because she has so many patterns. Like, so many. I missed counting some. We need to go back down here. Very meditative. That's what I was looking for. Can you tell I wasn't finding the words that I was trying to use? Hey, Enid, how are you doing? We are up to some no good, very bad enabling here. Holly finds them very relaxing in a different kind of way. It's hard to explain, but my brain likes the geometric shapes. Oh, now we gotta see what the Please Be Home one is. How do I find it? Google it. Brain just it's full of music today. All right. Read these. Sorry. Oh, you're fine, Enid. So the PDF is more for the Pattern Keeper. Oh, that's interesting. I've heard it works great in Pattern Keeper though, so nice. 5 miles on the bike. So this is Please Be Home for Christmas. It is very pretty. Very nice. Enid bought a black work off of Etsy because it's good and cheap and they had a coupon. Etsy is the devil. They work like a dream in Pattern Keeper. I can verify that. Well, and the thing about digital patterns is you don't have to pay for shipping, right? So there's that. Enid slowly sorting my DMC in my system. Well, we are good at body doubling here and helping you to get some stuff done while enjoying the conversation. Enid recently just bought a new way of organizing her DMC floss, and now she's got to get to it. And if anybody else has done that, you know how it can be exciting and yet tedious, and you just kind of want it done. You don't want to have to do it. Sandy, scroll back. Kate, she is having a 25% off sale. I thought I noticed that last night after we told Zeb to wait for a sale. I thought the website said she's having a sale. PK is good for a lot of things. I have put magazine scanned patterns into PK for Mom, but they are a bear sometimes to get the grid overlaid correctly. Yeah. Sandy, I had on my old tablet that broke. Bought it again for my new tablet. Just doesn't seem to work right. Having amazing animals from Hade. I'm sorry. Pattern Keeper is so amazing. I wish that they could find the support for somebody to just get all the bugs out of it. Holly pretends that I don't see there was a sale. Yeah, you think I'm bad. I'm just telling you about them. Kate's telling you, by the way, they're cheaper. Catherine is also organizing DMC floss. I thought the pip and chip system for floss drops, super exciting. Very nice. Sandy, I'm asking mostly. I have just used paper patterns. Gotcha. I only really use Pattern Keeper personally for full coverage because it has that search function so that you don't miss, a stitch that you're looking for. I don't feel like I necessarily need it for like Carolyn Manning or whatever. I can see why people use it. It's just not something I would do. I tend to just scan everything and use a highlighter in my GoodNotes app if I don't need to be able to search for things. Enid is using tray organizers from Garage, but bought new from Amazon. So, it's like one of those black boxes with all the little drawers in it that you would put like nails and screws and things like that. She's using one of those to organize her DMC floss. We had that discussion the other night because I used to have one. And then Lexi used it for beads for a little bit, and then I think it ended up going in the trash eventually. But I don't know. It might be in storage somewhere. One is struggling. Wish you could put the drawer system on the wall. Yeah, that makes sense. I would just be a little concerned, like when you're pulling out drawers, being too rough and it falling. You harvested some strawberries from your garden. The husband popped outside and yelled, "Strawberry thief." Good morning, Marita Marie, or good afternoon, evening time frame. Good time zone to you. I have the window open and hear a chickadee and a robin. That's awesome. I think everything around here is hiding from the heat and whatever ability it has to hide, because it is just hot. Okay, I gotta count again. I think we're done with this color for a bit. Looks like. Are you stitching, Rita? Are you relaxing? Shannon, that's another thing I like about Garden Center, listening to the birds. Alright, what's our next color? Although I do have to say, the other thing that's nice about Pattern Keeper is when you select a color and it shows you like a little swatch. Because sometimes if I have like 738 and 739 on a floss card, then I have to figure out which one's the darker of the two. That's where Pattern Keeper's great. Where's my... Of course, I am sitting in front of a floss wall, so I could just turn around. Might have almost used the wrong color. Huh. Well, I'm glad I checked. Yeah, finally stitching. Got Leo to bed at 8, then did some adulting, and now it's 9:15, and I can sit and stitch for the next 3 hours, working on Disney villains. Very nice. to say, Rita, do you feel like you're being a bit monogamous this year? I feel like you've really been hyper focused on some stuff. And you've been getting some big finishes. It's been very impressive. You have a robin nesting just above the sensor light at your back door at the grocery store she works at. Markup X RXP, when you select a symbol, it highlights all of them, so when you are marking off, you don't accidentally mark off stitches you haven't done, or something like that. Is Pattern Keeper still a one-time fee? I think it is, but it might not be for very much longer, from what I understand. Stitching with the Kids Around loves this project. Thank you. This is Mad Tea Party from Bella Filipina. It's gorgeous. And Pattern Keeper does that too, where if you highlight a symbol, then those are the only ones you're allowed to highlight. That's pretty cool. There are lots of perks. Just not very many that make me feel it's necessary to have Pattern Keeper, except when it comes to full coverage. Do I love it and enjoy it? Yes. Let's try this again with the correct color this time. You got Markup RP when it was a one-time fee and had PK on a garbage tablet. I went out and bought a tablet just for Pattern Keeper. Which is why it tends to just stay in one spot. Like, I only work on my full coverages here at home. And so if I were to do something like put my Carolyn Manning on there, then I would need to take the tablet with me. I'm going to work on it other places. Enid, I quit using PK due to the aforementioned tablet. Gosh, it would load agonizingly slowly and hardly worked. Well, that's no fun. My first tablet that I had Pattern Keeper on was an Amazon Fire tablet, and you had to like jailbreak the thing in order to make it work. Yeah, I was glad when I moved past that. Any word on whether those who have already purchased PK have to start paying for it yearly, or I'm under the impression that I don't know this for sure, but I'm under the impression if you've paid for it, you've bought it, and that when it goes yearly, it'll just be those who are just getting into it. I could be wrong. To remember where I'm at on my. Last year I touched all my projects, so this year I got an itch to be super monogamous, and for the first 24 days of May I'm stitching on just one project, so extreme monogamy this month. God bless you, child. I just can't. I think it's amazing, and I've seen some of your progress. You get so much done, but I can't go there. But now I'm looking forward to some variations with my personal challenges done. There you go. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, I have to admit that, like, unless some significant improvements come out, I'm not sure I would pay monthly, even for Pattern Keeper. Because there just seems to be so many bugs and glitches, you know? Now, if that monthly fee was going to pay somebody to help the creator with it so that they could work through all that stuff, then definitely. A long time ago, I found a free pattern online, went to Joann's, bought the Aida and DMCs. I probably used a hoop I already had and took the whole month of September to stitch it. And no whips back then that you can recall. I was very monogamous when I first started stitching, and I would find that I would stitch very heavily for a few months and be basically obsessed with cross stitching, and then I would go several months where I wouldn't even touch anything. And it was because I would get burnout on that project. So ever since I've learned to have multiple projects on the go, it's very rare that I have a day I don't stitch. Laurel's working on the fairy. Now to give us a report, how many did you get done during lunch? Now, everybody understand that Laurel is a very conscientious stitcher. It's quality over quantity when it comes to her stitches. And she only has a 30-minute lunch break. Catherine. Have a good day, Catherine. It was lovely having you here for a bit. Enid, burnout is real. However, it was autumnal and a little Halloweenish and not huge, so I was excited to stitch it in season. That's about the only time I could probably get monogamous, is like if it's small enough that I can reach a goal in time. But I would definitely have to do it during the time when I didn't have 36 whips waiting for me to stitch on them. Okay, we've got to figure out where we're at. Okay. Zeb says she's the same, Laurel. Quality over quantity. I can't stitch at lunch at work. I'd get started and 2 hours later I'd look at the clock and be like, oh crap, I have 30 minutes for lunch. I was giving you the benefit of nice words, Laurel. She is very distractible though. Enid, it had a blue house, a tree, a cat, and some other stuff. Where did my dream go? Did I finish it? Huh. It's amazing how stuff out here can up and walk away. Like, oh, there it is. I do try and keep it away from my stitching, so. All right, back to work. See, I'm distractible too. I hate when your project just doesn't want to cooperate and you can't find the hole that you need to come up in. Oh, I was saying earlier, I did remember to bring categories this time. And I had a question and I presented this question to a friend. So I got a little bit of an answer, but one of the categories that I spun for next month. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm losing chat. Hold on. You've done 25. It's funny you think I have done a lot this year because I've done 25,000 stitches less this year. I think it's the fact that I'm seeing the big finishes. It feels like I said, because you can tell you're kind of hyper focusing. It feels like more, even though it may not break down to more. So one of the categories spun for next month is sampler. And so I have Moonlight Sampler, and it's got sampler in the name, and it's got an alphabet, right? Which I feel like is one of those sampler qualities. But it doesn't have like different types of stitches or anything like that. So I don't know if it qualifies. I was only planning to put 1,000 stitches into Abylonia, but I may do 1,500 now. I mean, if it's flowing, it's flow. Okay? That's what's important. I also have Spangled from Log Dog Sampler. Ooh, what about, or is Family Patchwork? Is that considered a sampler or is that a Quaker? Doesn't matter, it's still a sampler. Exactly, Rita, exactly. Hyper focus on a few projects makes it look like so much more than when it's spread out over 100 different projects. I mean, okay. So Moonlight Sampler could go for sampler. The friend I talked to said my March wordplay is more like a primitive style, but could probably be considered a sampler. All stitching is technically a sampler because it's a sampler of work. Like I said, I've got the Family Patchwork, but I don't know if that's considered Quaker. Are all Quakers considered sampler-ish? Like, I don't know. I don't stitch samplers in the traditional sense, so Moonlight is what you would vote for. I have Moonlight Sampler, I have Spangled, maybe Family Patchwork, March Wordplay. I really feel like that's it. Sampler is not my wheelhouse, so I feel like if it has sampler in the title, then it qualifies, or Lone Dogs are definitely samplers. Okay. Would you consider Crossword by Long Dog to be a sampler, though? Like, discuss. Family Patchwork Sampler is in the name. It's a sampler. I feel like, because to me, when I think of samplers, I think of either random letters all over the place or an alphabet and having some sort of specialty stitch. Those are like my two quantifiers in my head. And unless you count backstitch as a specialty stitch, then not really. So I think Long Dog may have some Smyrna crosses in it. You were gonna ask about Crossword? Ooh, maybe I quantify it a little bit better. Sampler Quaker. Because I don't have like a Quaker type category in my list of categories. That's a good thought. I'm gonna have to make notes. Okay, back to stitching. Okay, so sampler was one of them. It was the one I was the most like all over the place about, because I get in my head, I get to overthinking it, and it's like it's they're my categories. I should be able to quantify them, and still I can't. You're thinking more of reproduction samplers, right? Okay. There we go. Stitching with the Kids Around says you're thinking more of reproduction samplers, have them in, but a normal sampler is whatever you make it. It would be a sampler if you were using different floss types. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, that would make sense, right? Because the idea of a sampler is that you sample different types of things. I feel like it needs to have more than one different type of thing, right? So if it's got words and it's got pictures, or, right? To make it a sampler. Again, my category, and I can't even figure out how to quantify it. What did I write on the... Where's my phone? What did I need a Quaker category, then a whip for it. I have a Quaker whip. I have a couple of them, but okay. Let me see. Let me think about this for a second. I'm trying to figure out what I wrote, because I did like an explanation on my Facebook page of each of the categories. Sampler has a variety of motifs, stitches, or alphabet to demonstrate mastery. So, definitely. Right? Ooh, thunderstorm. Enid's getting rain. Enid's getting rain. You can share with me after you're done, okay, Enid? Okay, so by the definition, has a variety of motifs, stitches, or alphabet to demonstrate mastery. So I think any of the ones I picked will work. Crosswords has words and motifs, doing it in rainbow colors, so to me it counts as a sampler. Yeah. So, there we go. That's that. We have decided on samplers. Okay, so the other thing is, and I'm doing this here, I usually do it on my floss tube, but it's fine. I'm going into Notions. I want to know, of those 4 that I feel most qualify as sampler, which one have I put the least amount of stitching in? So, let me see. Projects, patterns. Hide my 51 kitted up things. Oh my goodness, y'all. Okay, so we're going to see which of these is closest to its yearly goal. You ready? Well, Spangled's already hit it, so let's not do... Well, and that's also my... Yeah, we're not picking Spangled. Moonlight Sampler only needs 360 stitches to hit its yearly goal. March Wordplay has hit its goal. And Family Patchwork has hit its goal. So I guess Moonlight Sampler is my choice for next month. I really need to keep a notepad sitting here. I do a lot of thinking. Storm chasing is a bucket list item for you. Whew. You need to get with Reed Timmer and sit in the Dominator, because you need to be safe about it. 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Woo. I'm going to Colorado, y'all. Alright, somebody make a note for me. Text me. Holly, send me a message telling me I picked Moonlight Sampler as my sampler for next month, because I'm going to forget. Alright. So whoever feels like chatting, let me know what of your whips would you pick for a sampler category. I'm going to hire Holly as my moderator and secretary for my lives. I'm in a very sketchy area with like quarter stitches right here. Have a good massage, Kate. Have have them do an extra couple minutes for me. I need to go see a masseuse. Tina, I like Reed, but he has some quirks. Just say, I hate that he feels the need to yell and repeat himself like 10 times in a row. That is the only, so far, that's the only thing I really like. Thank you. So Laurel's picking 3 Things sampler. This is an official pick. You know what I mean. But yeah, he's always yelling, and I get that it's probably very loud in the Dominator, and he feels like he needs to yell. But man, his camera picks it up no problem. And then he says things like repetitively, like 10 times in a row, and I'm like, okay, I got it. I got it. Zeb picked Blackbird Garden Club Sal this month for samplers. The design I'm stitching has 2 types of specialty stitches, and it's all fancy floss. Erica says, anything by Heartstring Samplery. Do I have anything from Heartstring Samplery? I don't know if I do. Do you have multiple whips from them, Erica? You'd probably pull out your Just Nan stocking with the specialty stitches that I intend to finish for my sister-in-law like 20 years ago. I hate it when that happens. Considering Rainbow Sampler by Northern Expression Needlework. Is that the one with the diagonal stripes and like one of them's butterflies? Is that the one? Am I thinking of the right one? Erica, I am curious if I got some floss cards from someone else, or if you and I have been to a retreat together before, because I was kidding up Amethyst last night and I found some floss cards with your name on them. Look, hold on. These? Do you recognize those? The card had your last name on it too. I'm just throwing stuff around in here. Yes, okay. I want to do that one someday. The band sampler, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, I like that one. Tina, I miss stitching Just Nan. I am thinking next year I might add a few more to my whips. Stitch West. Okay. I went to Stitch West. Was it 2021? 2022. I feel like it was after the pandemic or right before. I don't know. I've been to Stitch West. So we may, okay, yeah. I may have actually met you and didn't even remember it. Vanity Sampler by Hello from Liz Matthews. Red and Black Sampler from Al Forrest. Summer Spring Samplers by Lila Studio. Oh, you're going to stitch on lots of things. That's awesome. Maybe that's what I need to start doing. I need to pull everything that fits into the category and give each of them, maybe not my full 500, but like some sort of stitching. I may have to think about that one. 2021. Thank you, Laurel. It all kind of blends together after a little while. But I roomed with Laurel, and Vic. So. Okay, I'm gonna highlight, so put Luza where I'm at. Too busy talking. You like doing it that way because you like the variety? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great way of doing things. And that, when I started doing the categories a few years ago, that was my thing. I wanted to change up what I was stitching from time to time. But I know if I tell myself you're going to stitch on this month, I might do it, but I also might bulk. So by telling myself a category and then I get to pick what's in the category makes me more likely to do it, and having the option of changing. So, if the category is pretty ladies, and of course I'm going to pull out Alice because she's beautiful, but I also want to work on Garden Prelude, then I can, It's nice versatility. It's giving yourself a goal to achieve without telling yourself you have to do something. So, I like it. All right, let's do another one. What do y'all say? Let's see. I don't remember. I was just looking at it this morning too. All right, holiday. Now, I feel like half of my whips can fit into a holiday theme. I've got Celebrate Christmas and Celebrate Halloween. I have, which I'd really like to get one of those done and off my plate, because I won't start another one until they're both done, so that would open up a space where I'm trying to whip down. I think I'm closer on Halloween. I'm not sure. I have Gift of Giving. I really like that one. What else? What are y'all's holiday? If you were to pick a whip or 5 for a holiday category to stitch on in the month of June, what would you pick? Like I said, I'd probably pick one of my 2 Madame Chantilly's because I'd like to finish one this year. I don't think I have anything patriotic right now. Which is kind of surprising for me. I almost always have something patriotic going on. I'm trying to think of my whips without actually going and looking. Now, it does have to kind of be specific. Like, seasonal can have holiday themes, but holiday cannot have seasonal themes, if that makes sense. Celebrate Halloween. Do you have Celebrate Halloween, Shannon? Laurel has Thine is the Trick and the Treat. That's a good one. I finished that one up last year, year before. Zeb, I'm Very Scary by Lizzie Kate. Prairie Schooler Santa. We're doing a Santa as I have a billion more of that series to stitch. I understand. I can't think of anything. My brain just does not want to think of my whips right now. It is focused. Oh, that's your vote. Celebrate Halloween. Okay. That's a good one. I got a good fabric for that one, too. I was really excited about the fabric. Rita, holiday, I will work on Santa's Train. It's about time, honey. I've been waiting for you to work on that one, like, all year. Tina, I think we're overdue for another Just Nan's Dash Parade. Enid, lots of roars of thunder, and now the rain is picking up. Enid, do you have any holiday-specific projects? Let's see, Christmas, Halloween, Easter, Valentine's Day, 4th of July. Thanksgiving. St. Patrick's Day. Does Holly have an Instagram? Jenny Bean Halloween, Halloween Quaker, and something wicked. Holly loves Halloween, and she despises Christmas. So, Tina says, sure, she doesn't have many, but she can go buy more. Enid has a Prairie Schooler Santa whip. Awesome. Can't recall if I have any other holiday-specific whips right now. Yeah, I'm having a hard time recalling mine, too. Happy to enable you to purchase more, Tina. Alright, I'm just going to break down and look at my whip list. There's a Patriotic Knitter Ancient Whip, but meh. Erica, I would probably pick Turkey Day by Cottage Garden. Oh, there you go. You just don't see a whole lot of Thanksgiving stuff. Like, I don't even think I have... I know I don't have anything on the go right now. I don't have a whole lot when it comes to Thanksgiving. I do, but I don't use it. I should. Maybe I'll start it and do a whip parade that way. Hey! That would be fun, Holly. I would be, like, waiting every day to see what comes up next. And you should do, like, a cover photo and where it's at. Yeah, that'd be fun. Holly's gonna have a whip parade on her Instagram, people. Shannon says, Halloween Quaker, Halloween Wreath, Stitch Witch, all tricks, no treats, gift of giving. Those all sound fun. I put a couple of stitches in it the other day. Halloween all year. Sammy, you have the Cottage Garden pumpkin one. Trick or treat. Ooh, I like trick or treat. That's another really good one. Maybe I'll do both my Halloween ones. Has anyone stitched a stocking, then not made it into a stocking, but finished a different way? Inquiring minds want to know. I have not stitched a stocking. I always think, oh, that would be so neat to make this stocking for my kids. And then I'm like, let's be real with yourself. They'll be full grown by the time you ever get anything done. So I always talk myself out of it. What's the Insta, Holly? Okay. She'll let us know as soon as she's got it ready. Yes, your mom did trick or treat. It was very cute. She was very excited to show me at retreat. It made me feel very good. Look, I'm already getting a little teary-eyed thinking about it. Your mama is so sweet. I know, like, you have to live with her and stuff, so it could be different, but she was sweet to me. Gonna revamp it, Zeb, so she'll message you once she gets going. Look, we just gave Holly work. Yeah, I'm still working on Trick or Treat. I think I've got 2 blocks done now. Or close to done. I might still be working on that second one a little bit. But that's not Thanksgiving. I don't have a Thanksgiving one. I'm like determined I'm going to get her face done today on this stream, and I just keep talking. No stitchy stitchy. Great, more work. get to enjoy her beautiful stitching. She gets to enjoy sharing. Win-win. Love the thought of a stitch stocking, but it would never happen. So I've quilted one instead. Very nice. Erica, Turkey Day is my only Thanksgiving whip. I think there's so many Halloween and Christmas things out there, and I'm sure there are plenty of Thanksgiving things out there. You just don't see them like you see the other holidays. Kind of like you don't see St. Patrick's Day all that much, you know. What was I doing? I mean, I'm just gonna look real quick. A trick or treat could start it. Would love to do stockings. I like trick or treats. Okay, let's see. Let's run down the list. It's in the car. Have fun with your physical. I love you. Okay. Celebrate Christmas. Gift of giving. Miss Christmas Eve. I mean, technically Christmas is in the name, but you know, she smells so good. She just walked out and it's like, yeah, she had fun at Bath and Body Works the other day, you can tell. Okay, trick or treat, celebrate Halloween. Haunted Mansion, that's a Halloween one. Okay, well, I mean, I really wasn't missing anything once Laurel pointed out my trick or treat. So, all right. Holiday. Full coverage. So my two full coverages are, oh no, I've got more than two. Epic Pokemon. The Aristocats. I have Alice and Phantom, but because they're daily focus projects, I don't tend to use them for my category. I am so sorry. My mouth decided I needed to shut up. I don't typically use them for categories. I consider QS Ladybug a full coverage because it's a Haid, but it's not technically full coverage. It's just outlines. So it'd probably be Epic Pokemon or Aristocats. Anybody else? What full coverage would you pick if you had to focus on one for June? Or not even focus on it, just set a goal and achieve it in the month of June. So many full coverage choices for Holly. Sandy says, I have the Lavender and Lace Christmas one. Can't think of the name. Okay, gotta pick my next color here. Equal. I don't think that's the same thing. Full coverage is easy. I'm going to do 5 Disney princesses. Been obsessed with that since I started it and always want to stitch on it. Very nice. Is that the one with the stained glass? Or am I thinking of the wrong one? And which 5 princesses does it have on it? Zeb. I'm doing Red Skies at Night by Nora Corbett for full coverage, and another project I'm working on is the Animal Crackers Oliver. Both are tiny, but they count as full coverage. Yes, full coverage doesn't have to be a big project. There are some full coverage Mill Hills. Probably Central Park in the fall. Okay. Even though it could be fairy. Just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, that is not go there. I think this Something got stuck in the wrong place. I'm just gonna stitch right over that stitch. You have your Teresa Winsler 12 Days of Christmas. Woo. Tina says, I have a lot too, Holly, starting to get into a bunch of other full coverage charting companies since I no longer purchase Hayes. Same girl. Same. Elsa or Fall Fairy. Elsa. What about your jungle one? Or is it because you're working on it this month that you're not going to do it next month? I have a full coverage ornament from Just Cross Stitch Ornament issue. Carolyn Manning is... Oh, wait, we're starting that in August. Never mind. Ignore me. Not stained glass. It has Cinderella, Belle, Rapunzel, Snow White, and Ariel. I'll have to go look at your... Figure out what that one is. It could be fairy. And you'd probably... I mean... have to take her home to get enough stitches. Nobody's gonna complain about that. I don't buy Hayes anymore either. Yeah, I don't either. I haven't for a long time though, to be fair. It didn't have anything to do with the AI, and it didn't have anything to do with whatever else is going on over there. And I have yet to buy full coverage from other people, only because I have several on the go, and I really, it takes me so long to stitch them up that I'm like, But I've heard that there are some other full coverage designers that are better about cleaning up some of the ninja stitches and confetti, because some of that stuff just, it's not necessary. Some of it is. Some of it is absolutely necessary, but some of it is not. I work on jungle every month. Oh, okay. Full coverage really isn't my forte anyway. It's not mine either. Like, I have the ones that I'm working on, and I enjoy them, but I don't enjoy them enough for that to... I can't pull a Jessie Marie and just, like, blaze through a page in a few days like she can. It's not my thing. Yeah, like, I heard that about... What's Nikki's? Charting Creations? I heard she takes a little bit more time in cleaning up her patterns. There was someone else, but I can't remember who. So, it's all about preferences. Not everyone likes full coverage. Amazing Animals from Sandy. Michelle used to be way better about cleaning up the charts. You know, when you're trying to mass produce so many charts because you're trying to fit every different person's taste, eventually, you know, quantity over quality. I feel like that's the theme of this live. Quantity and quality. I love a good Jasmine Beckett Griffith stitch. See, like, I don't necessarily like her artwork, but I wanted to see what it was like to stitch one up. So, like, it's not my aesthetic, but it looked fun to stitch. So that's why I'm stitching it. Found other designers that are so much better because there isn't confetti every other stitch and they still look fantastic. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. Shout them out. Any word on whether Threadbare and Pain Free are good? Anybody? Anybody? Pain Free Crafts have amazing full coverage, says Rita. Shannon says, Jessie, that girl's needle is on fire when she wants a page finish. Threadbare has a ton of color and size options, so that could affect things. Kate had a different person charting before, so that's when the cleanup... So that is when the cleanup is worse now, a different person charting, yeah. Like I said, I just kind of feel like they get in too big of a hurry to produce. And so they probably pop it in a program, it does the converting, and then doop, out it goes. Celtic Christmas is the Christmas one. Oh, okay. The Nora one. Where am I stitching at? That's that. That does not go there. Okay, let's try this again. Nikki's now the owner of Charting Creations, was the original person charting for Hate. I had heard that, but I wasn't going to spread rumors. I didn't know for sure. That's what I've heard. Okay, let's try this again because I just started stitching in the wrong place. I need to go back and fix that. So that's not there. There we go. Thread Geeks is also great. Might invest in a full kit for what? Oh wait. Zeb says, what about Thread Geeks? They have a Cleopatra I've been eyeing up. Their charts are fabulous. Is Gecko Rouge still a thing? I feel like I heard things about them for a while and then I didn't hear anything for a long time, so I don't know if they're still available in business, etc. So these are going to be your categories for June. I'm thinking of trying to get me stitch on more of my whips. That's what I do. There's 5 categories. We've gone through 3 of them so far. And what I do is I tell myself, okay, I'm going to stitch on this whip for 500 stitches per category. You can stitch less than that. You know, you really pick your own goal because everybody stitches differently, right? I'll be putting the list on my Facebook and Instagram later today. But I think it's a fun personal challenge. That's all it is. If you don't achieve it, there's no harm. If you do achieve it, there's no reward other than you got some stitching in. So I didn't know that about Charting Creations. I have an older whip from CC I love, Blossom Blade, an anime style ninja lady wielding a sword with cherry blossoms in the background. That sounds awesome. I knew that Nikki used to work for Hay but didn't know what she did. Hey Janet, welcome in. Gecko Rouge kits are pricey. Okay. I wasn't sure if they were still in business or not. Janet, do you full coverage? I know you do a lot of smalls. You could have some small full coverages though. I am stitching on Mad Tea Party from Bella Filipina. Slowly but surely because I'm talking too much. And we are discussing categories for next month. Everybody's kind of chiming in and letting us know what they would pick if they were playing the categories, and I'm trying to get an idea of what I'm gonna pick because I spun the categories yesterday and then kind of like I had other things on my mind, so I'm not sure on Gecko Rouge. I don't buy any of their charts. What are so beautiful, Janet? Gecko Rouge charts? Gecko Rouge kits? I really like that gamer girl that was really popular for a bit. I hadn't really looked at any of their other stuff. Or, you talking about full coverage. You don't really stitch on full coverage, Janet? Gonna get this face done. Full coverage. Gotcha. Well, sometimes even like Mill Hill kits or things like that can be full coverage without it having to be a big project. Okay, let's see what our next category is. Whippagories. Oh, we talked about samplers already. The next category is new to you. Now, this is basically something, there has to be something about the project that when you started it was new to you. Whether it's your first Carolyn Manning or your first project with Outforce embroidery threads. You can tell I'm thinking about myself. It's the first time you did a certain specialty stitch. It's the first time you stitched on a fabric from a certain designer. Some little piece of it has to have been brand new to you. Okay? So does anyone have anything they want to stitch on that is new to you, and why is it new to you? Rita said, Tina says that Gamer Girl pattern is no longer available, I think. They retired the artist. That doesn't surprise me because it's been a while. Run a bit. Medusa Dollmaker, that is the artist behind Gamer. Now she has her own store and sells the charts, so you don't need to buy the kit. Oh. Well, that's handy because I don't buy kits anyway. There's some full coverage Mirabilias. Tina's correct. I don't think you can buy it from Gecko Rouge anymore, but you can get the pattern from Medusa Dollmaker. Well, that's good to know. And I will say that I think we quantify full coverage as 85% coverage. So if it's one of those where like it has a background, but the background doesn't necessarily go square to square, it can do this number, still counts as full coverage. Crafting Gamey Jamie is doing a bunch of gaming patterns. I like her floss tube. I watched Jamie also. She's super fun, and she's brief enough that you don't feel like it drags on. Mermaid's Folly by Courtney Collection. It's new to you because you never stitch on a design by that designer. Awesome. I've never even heard of Courtney Collection, so there's that. Enid, is Gamer Girl that Art Nouveau looking design? Yes. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Let's be honest. I know for sure my new to you next month is going to be the Outforce embroidery that we're starting on the 3rd, because I've never stitched with their threads before, and I bought the threads for this pattern. And I want to stitch it so bad that it's definitely got to go into my categories. But like when I started Growth Rings, it was my first ink circles. When I started Shangri-La, it was my first Kesselin Designs. You know, it's actually easier than you think to come across something like that in the whip. So Amid Amish Life is one I consider full coverage. I don't know what that is, but apparently Laurel does. Laurel knows what all of the things are. She's awesome. Sandy Alaska Crafter is stitching Gamer Girl. I have Fudgy Mint Mouse by Glendon Place. If not full coverage, it is close. Yeah, so like I said, I think we quantified it as was it 85%? Laurel is your spirit animal. Let me see, because we just had this other Desert Mandalas. Full coverage. Must be 85% or more coverage. So, new to you, Alice by Soda Stitch, Pet Cemetery by Unconventional X Stitch, Bellatrix, and Haunted Chateau. But why are they new to you, Holly? I want to know. I have stitched Owl Forest before, so that's not why it's new to me. It's new to me because of the threads. So that's it too, like fabric designer, thread designer, anything. I have a bunch more for the new to you, but plenty of choices. Go. Artsy Housewife is new to you, Abelonia. That's a good reason to work on her. Shannon says I could do Fall Fairy for that. Your first adopted whip. That's cool. That is a neat reason for it to be new to you. I like that. You know, I don't think I took a picture of this at 100 stitches. Dang. Oh well, it's okay. Means I have to do at least. I'm giving away stuff. First patterns by all those designers. Gotcha. Okay. I hope Ryan's getting his physical today too. That's close enough. I'll just go ahead and take a picture. We're still close to 100. Erica, new to me, but a way old whip is Welcome to Hogwarts, my first design by Country Magic Stitch. Okay. Yeah, usually your new to you are older patterns. Not sure what a first for me would be. Maybe if I started a Hardanger piece. Never done Hardanger. You don't have a whip that's like the first time you stitched on one by that person? That's okay. The other thing you're supposed to do is have a focus piece. A piece that can swap in if you can't fit a category. Ideally, if you're fully playing along. Gamer girl is what I think I look like when I'm gaming, but I actually look like Sketsky from the Labyrinth. I am way too roly-poly. Also, I swear like a sailor when I'm gaming. My husband, whenever he would like competition games, you know, shooter games, things like that, he was always had a mouth on him. I never got on Zoom in the same room as him when he was gaming. He doesn't so much do that anymore. And I swear if Ryan could, he'd have the sailor's mouth, but we still tell him he can't cuss. Dark Crystal? Oh. Erica, I learned from your video last night that Harry Potter has the same birthday as my best friend. A dark crystal stitch. You don't see many dark crystal stitches. Changed my mind, doing Rose Tree and Bloom by Teresa Winsler for my full coverage. Haven't stitched on it this year. It's a good reason to stitch on it. Skexy. I have not watched Dark Crystal, so I will believe you. Dark Crystal freaked me out when I was a kid in the 1980s. Core Gen X memory, I guess. Should if you like fantasy and stuff. I should. Just never had. And like lately, I just can't focus on movies. I'm like really sucked into TV shows, and if we're being really honest, mostly reality TV. And I can't tell you why. I think it's again because it's that whole short attention span thing, you know? It keeps changing. Whereas, like a TV show, you know, this episode is going to be similar to this episode because there's a theme. You don't get that so much with reality TV. I think it's also why so many people are into like TikTok and stuff. It's the short clips. It just absorbs the ADHD brain. The subway scene from The Wiz, that freaked me way out. Showing my age. Planet of the Apes frightened me as a child. I still can't watch it. It creeps me way out. My major, like, gave me nightmares movie as a kid was Langoliers. Stephen King, y'all. There's something about that weird thing eating the planet that just creeped me out. One, the blind girl that could, like, see things. Anyways, that movie freaked me out. Yeah, same. I like reality competitions and reality trash, like, and I will sit there and as I'm watching it go, this is so stupid, like, and still love it. Like Survivor, used to watch Big Brother, but not anymore. You actually hate short clip videos? That's, hey, teach their own. I think it has something to do with ADHD because I can't attention span for very long. So even the short ones, sometimes I'll not even make it through. We watch Survivor. We watch Big Brother. I'm hoping I think it was this past season was better. Like we were about to step away from it with some stuff they had going on, but I think it's gotten better. The Challenge. I watched Love Island for a season just because, like I said, I was really into the trash reality. A good but creepy Sally Fields movie is Sybil. I can't get in all the detail. I guess I have a neurodivergent brain that is very into details, and that is fine. Where am I at? I do hate the short skits that end but don't like get to the point. Oh, those irritate me. We watched Lightyear on your birthday. That's the new Buzz movie, right? Buzz Lightyear. Ryan was irritated because they were going to be watching Encanto at school today, and he's like, I just don't like that one. Like, I love Encanto. I think it's because I relate too much to the big sister. Like, her song about, like, the whole family tossing the weight on her and expecting her to carry it. It's home! So... want to be done with the strand already so I can go back to working on the face. Her face is so cute. I haven't seen a lot of newer Disney. I saw Frozen about 3 years ago. I don't see a lot of it, but every once in a while the kids are like, Mom, you have to watch this. Even my teenagers, like, they still watch Disney in there. Mom, just sit down and watch this with us. Oh, okay. That's about the only time I could get through a movie is if Lexi makes me watch it, or Ryan. Daughter hates that movie also. She thinks the grandma is mean. The grandma is mean. She's really mean. And I mean, I know that she has her reasons, but she went a bit overboard. Go back to work, Tina. Have a good day. Thank you for joining us. She was really mean. We're keeping Tina too distracted. She can't hang out with us while at work. Love the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Saw it in theater with my daughter. Then I watched it on Netflix about 10 times. Nice. Ryan watched that one. I think he even made me rent it for him at one point. Rita, I don't like Encanto either. It's because of how they have treated Bruno, right? Yeah. It amuses me that the girl in... Well, we moved. The girl in Encanto looks just like Vicky. She does. Mirabelle, or whatever her name is, Vicky Hartwell, all the way. Even kind of acts like her a little bit. Encanto isn't a favorite. Showing my age again, I remember the after-school specials. Lots of teen angst and issues. Yeah. Where am I at? I'm stitching things that don't exist. Okay. I want Super Mario Bros. On Blu-ray. I'm hoping Lexi and I get to go to the movie theater I believe it's August 9th, to watch It Ends With Us. We both read the book, really enjoyed it, so it's going to be a good mom-daughter. Oh, I did that from the beginning. Okay. Mom-daughter movie. I think it'll be good. We also watched Beautiful Disaster together. That one was funny. It was really good. I thought they did a good adaptation of the book. But maybe a little awkward to be watching as a teenager with your parents. Just saying. Just saying. Alien scared you. It was 12 noon and I was looking behind the bushes. I don't particularly like scary movies. I do okay with like psychological thrillers, but not just like scary. So I haven't watched a whole lot of them. Lexi loves scary. It's been her favorite since she was a little kid. I haven't seen Toy Story fully, but finally watched Monsters, Inc. in 2019. Thought you were going back to work, Tina. This is why she can't work and lurk. Okay, I'm going to go on to the next category. It's the last one, I think. But I gotta find it. Phone's not cooperating. Oh, this one should be fairly easy. Specialty floss. Beautiful Disaster book is amazing. I did not like the movie. I was able to separate the book and the movie. I think the book was way better, and I think there's a lot of places where they could have made it better in the movie. But for the type of movie they were trying to make, I think they did a very good job. It was fun to watch if you don't compare it to the book. So, okay, so the last category is specialty floss. So all it is a whip that you stitch on with anything other than DMC. So this has Krynic, it would qualify. My chat messed up again. I was reading SMB movie reviews on Amazon, and some lady said her kids ordered the movie without asking, but it was a good movie nonetheless. What movie, Enid? Specialty Floss is my new start. Animal Crackers Oliver by Stacey Nash, stitching it as a salad to celebrate a friend's birthday, and it's all fancy flosses. I cannot watch Saw. It triggers my PTSD like crazy. I have a friend who loved the Saw movies. I actually enjoy Saw, but I had to get into it. I think it was the third one where it kind of explains his motive for things, and then went back and watched 1 and 2. So I liked it, but it's one of the few. I want to have a John Hughes movie and stitching marathon weekend sometime. And it says my son once bought a bunch of stuff on PlayStation Network or something. Okay, I could go back to the face now. Red Dragon made me bawl my eyes out and want to be sick. I don't know what Red Dragon is. Okay, check mark. No, I need to do that first. 8:30. Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, Weird Science, Some Kind of Wonderful, Royal Genius, and a bunch of others. John Hughes movies. Oops, sorry. Hit the table. So, am I still here? Patrick Dempsey was in Can't Buy Love. McDreamy. Love me some Grey's Anatomy. Yo. So for specialty floss, well, I mean, I could work on Alice. This Alice, because she's got Kreinig. Let's see. There's my notions out. Soul Tropica. Oh, I need to sort them by closest to hitting their yearly goal. Okay. We're already doing Moonlight Sampler. Living with Charm does not have any specialty flosses. Haunted Mansion doesn't have specialty flosses. Dark Queen of the Earth Be a good one. Lilith. Rainbow Kitty and Mystery 4 from Chatelaine. Are those the ones with your specialty flosses? Yeah, because Rainbow Kitty has Krynick. Chatelaine, I'm sure, has all kinds of things. Reflections of Canada, Hummingbird, Pixie, or Tea for specialty flosses. Mine could be either the Dark Queens, any of my Miras, or Bellas. Family Patchwork has the silk, but it'd probably be better to do something that needs to hit its stitching goal. Garden Prelude. I haven't worked on Garden Prelude in forever. I think I'm going to do Garden Prelude for specialty flosses. Where's mine? Okay. Probably Poppy for Laurel. Colorful Bunny from Kitty and Me. I think all of hers have Krynick in them, don't they? My husband rewatches The Blacklist a lot. He really likes that one. I think I'm going to actually do some work and make a phone call. Alright, Laurel. Hey, you didn't tell us how many stitches you got on Fairy. Okay, let's see. A stitch. Thinking maybe Frosted Forest for specialty floss. Which specialty floss does it have? Doesn't have to be called for. It can just be in it. Don't work too hard, Laurel. Not so many, like 15. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out where on the chart I was. Thank goodness I exported my progress from my tablet. Classic Colorworks and Weeks. Gotcha. So we got through all 5 categories. So everybody should be ready to go for June. And I have my focus pieces. And my stitch along. And WIPCO hasn't been called yet. I really need them to call. What's the one that'll get us a WIPCO? Let's see. Did you know you can keep track of your WIPCO on Notions too? It's awesome. If I can find it. Okay, well this isn't helpful. There we go. Which one is it? That didn't work either. Trying to think. Was it 17? Oh, I have it on here. Yeah, 17. I need them to call 17 so we can get a WIPCO. And then maybe what I draw will give me a new start and I can feel less guilty about the fact that I'm starting something when I'm not supposed to be. See how that works? I need to take some time to figure out Notions and get stuff set up. If you need help, let me know. I did it one project at a time. Like, as I pulled out the project and I stitched on it for the day, I would go to the calendar, I'd push the little plus sign to add my stitches for that day. And when you do that and you put in what project you're working on, if you don't already have it in Notions, then you type in the name, then click on it, and you can add all the information for that WIP right there in your calendar. If you need me to show you here in a minute, I can. I can do that. Did send me the links, but that was right before we traveled to on vacation. You went to London? Fun! I just never got the time. We are almost done with the face. We're gonna backstitch it even, so that we really get the context of what the face is supposed to look like. But y'all see? Y'all see? So exciting. This is my favorite part of cross stitch. You go from like this blankness to this beautiful face, and you're just like, it's exciting. So excited. Wally on Blu-ray as well. Bought it many, many years ago. I like Wally. Wally's a good one. Yeah, Yeah, we traveled to London. TB and Leo are really into the Pokemon card game, so they went to an international event for that while I did sightseeing all day. Oh, that's cool. Is London a very far trip for you, Rita? Loved Up too, but it's a tearjerker. Oh yes, Up is hard to watch. Okay, I will come back to that in a minute. 1 hour flight, not far, just very, very expensive. Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was one of those you can take a train or if you had to fly, if you had to drive. Get overly excited, but it's all good. Yes. Well, it's both. So you can go to the web page, Notions dot something. It's not .com though. Notion, Notion dot SO. And that's where you can like sign up for an account, get started. But it is also an app on the phone. Okay, and so I'll give y'all a brief rundown of how I use it. So let me pull it up. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here. Do you see all those little dots on that calendar? Those are all stitch counts. Okay, and so today, if I click on today, you see this blank screen comes up, and then I'll click on new item, and just for grins and giggles to show y'all how I would have started out Notions, free and clear. Now, let me tell you. Hey, Angela. Chris and I are watching. Hey, Chris. Hey, Angela. So, if I downloaded this, or I bought the template from Stitchy Nutty, and I've done some editing to it, but, that's where she has all of the stuff already linked to make it really easy. So when you go into the calendar and you tell it you want to add something, this is what you get. So, for the calendar's sake, you can title it whatever you want. The title is not searchable, but like when you go into each individual whip, you'll see the different titles. So most people will put in a date here, or like sometimes I'll put in my daily 100, which category it is I'm working on, whatever. So right now we're just gonna say today is the 21st. I've completed 100 stitches. Remember, this is just an example. And now we're gonna add a whip. Now I could select from my whips that I have there, but because I want to show y'all, we're gonna type in a new one. So we're gonna pretend I started Amethyst. Oh wait, I put Amethyst in. Hold on. Let's see. trying to make something up in my brain. Okay, pop. Why is my thing not typing? My app froze up. One moment. But so it's a website, it's also an app, and the two communicate with each other flawlessly. Okay. Okay, so here I'm gonna say pop of summer. It's a new one I want to put in, and I click right here where it says add new. Then I click on that one. So then this is where you fill in all your information. I could put a cover photo. I don't have that on my phone right now. The designer would be Bent Creek. You can either select from your list or you just type it in up here and then click on it. You put your start date, put your finish date if you have one, obviously. I already have Star Dragon set up too. It would have defeated the purpose of showing you all the things. Your progress, so you need, if it's just a pattern, you say to kit up. Or like if I have the fabric but I don't have the floss or vice versa, I put half kitted. If I fully kitted it up, it's here. If I've started it, it's in progress, passive or active. Typically mine are all active, but some people do have passive whips. And then if you click finished or fully finished, it puts it in a different section for those two. So then I come down here and I put in the stitch count. I don't know what it is for this one, so I'm just putting in whatever, and it'll tell you the average size. So it automatically adds the two together and divides by 2 for the average. And then if you do sizes differently than I do, but you may have to adjust. But I know that from 100 to 200 is a medium. So I put that. This goal category, this is one I added you wouldn't see on Stitchy's template, but I give all new starts 500 stitches. And I have it set up to where it'll subtract that from, so my goal is 500. Whenever I stitch on it, let's say I put in, well, we put in 100, right? So down here, it'll say there's already been 100 stitched, and I have 400 left on my yearly goal to meet that 500 that we put up at the top. So that's why I have that there. Then I also have this. This is something I added in where you can put in different categories that it can be searched by. And then you go in and put in the fabric. Again, just like when you're creating a new whip, if it's one you haven't used before, you just type it in and then click on it. Or you can pick one from your stash once it's built up. And that's all you do. And there's no save button. Literally all you have to do is hit back. If you do that on the website and then open up your phone, it's already there. Like, it really does function across both very well. And then you'll see there's a little dot there. And then I can come up here to my monthly view. It's May. And it has every time I've stitched all month already populated. And then here at the bottom it says, so far I've done 9,783 stitches, and I've stitched on 21 unique days and on 21 unique projects. So it's really, and there's so much more to this app. That's just kind of the basics. I'm gonna delete this one because it's not actual something. So it's really neat. That is my brief run through of Notions. Now we're gonna backstitch her face. Did I overwhelm everybody? Did I tempt anybody? Okay. Oh my goodness, this thing has like 1,000 different types of backstitching. Zeb loves notions. She and I have had several conversations about notions. What about yours? Notions? I also, you can share with your friends. So I can come up here. Hers, she has all kinds of pictures in hers, because she updates the progress photos every single time. So you can see like a brief run through. She's been stitching Villa Mirabilia all month long, and you can see the progress each day because she will update her calendar like I did mine. These are all her projects down here. You got to show me how to do this part because I don't know how to do this part. So these are all her different projects. So it's very visually appealing. It keeps everything all in one place. And then it has like shopping lists. So you can, like these are fabrics that you need for certain projects. Flosses she needs, and like she needs it for these projects. So hers is that you can really customize it, but it's super fun and functional. Okay, let me see. I think that's black and red. Like all up in the camera. Can you see my nose? I pushed the wrong button. Okay, hold on. 3830. I'm a little overwhelmed with the amount of different back stitches we can do in this one. I hope I'm picking the right color. Oh, there it is. Okay, hold on. Where's her face? Skin. There is one more that breaks it down and tells you exactly which one goes where. Y'all ready to watch her transform? Because to me, that's what backstitch does. If you do it right. Not just that outlining stuff that some people do. It looks so good. have to come back and be very careful with that stitch right there. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Oop. Yeah. Because there's some more back stitch for her shoulder, but I need to put the stitches in first. Now I need her lips. Come on. My iPad just gave up on me. That outline help though. Mushroom stems, tag outline, mushroom, cake, lips, $8.91. Whew. We're adulting, Enid. That's no fun. Let's say $8.91. One strand. Just cracked open a Sprite Zero. Very nice. I'm drinking my sparkling water that came to me flat from Amazon. It's okay. It's all good. We're probably going to be winding down here pretty soon. The kids are about to be out of school, and my iPad's about to die. So I just love when I start a whole strand for 2 stitches. It's one of the things about backstitch. You don't get very far before you have to go changing, especially on this one. Eyebrow, eyelash, $8.38. 2 strands. She's looking so good. Said I really wanted to get this face done on stream. That's what we're doing. that feels so thick. No, that's not right. Yeah. Hold on. That's not right. Let's try this again. It is almost summer. Does anybody have big summer plans? I don't have any big summer plans. I have some small summer plans. I have a couple retreats to go to. Camping with the fam. A couple times, actually. Oop, the kids are home. Not die. Yeah, that's a good goal. Okay. I'll set this over here for now. I do that a lot. Just please ignore my hangy threads. I know, I feel like this summer is going to be like brutal. Just so warm. Okay, we have one more color that I missed. I feel like it's kind of like her eyelid, maybe? I don't know. Let me look at the cover of the thing. Okay, I think it's this one. Next weekend I'm planning on going to Joann's and using up your $25 gift card. That sounds like fun. Just gonna finish up her face. I'm gonna go back to the pattern. The fan's doing a good job of making me not get too warm, but it is getting pretty warm in here. Okay. There we go. That's her face. Y'all, she looks good. Especially on camera. I'm looking at her through y'all's point of view. It looks even better than being right here. I'm overheating, but it's not warm. I've just been running around. Alrighty. How many stitches did we do? What do y'all think? Heading out. Have a good day, Tina. Have to get something done before leaving work. It's okay. I'm going to be heading out too. So you have a wonderful day. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. That's the plan. All right. We got 200 stitches done on Alice today in almost 3 hours. Can you tell the distraction is real? Where's my phone? Thank you, Holly, for picking Miss Mad Tea Party because she's amazing and we enjoyed watching her get a face today. Super exciting. Oof, sorry. Squeaky Lowry. Alright everyone, I hope y'all had a fun stream. I really enjoyed it. We had some good conversation. We talked about categories. What are you going to stitch on in June? Y'all helped me figure out what a sampler is. We got 200 stitches in on Alice and gave her a face. So all in all, I feel like it was a very productive day. We enabled some people. That's the most important of everything, is that we enabled people. So, thank you all for joining me. I had a great time and I can't wait to do it again next week. We will talk to y'all soon.